We're here at the start of year three, and obviously Latu was the player of the year. He had a great season. We are not going to list him outright, but if someone does come looking for him, yeah, we ain't gonna hold him back. We're gonna allow him to go play bigger football. And as you see here, we don't have that many players on the team, man. We really don't. We only got 25, so you see right there, we list our young guy, Bezo. Gaudet listed himself because he wants more money. And I mean, rightfully so. He plays well. It's just I'm not gonna invest into this old ass dude, bro. Let's call a spade a spade. So we got our scouts in England and America already. Now we're just going to go to Mexico and make it a long-term stay. Like I said, we don't have anyone that we're looking for right now. We got all our young guys that we need. And then there's a gap when the first couple FIFAs go by, then we get back to getting some younger kids. So right now, we're not worried about that. Right now, we're trying to get these guys out of here. So Latu, as well as Gaudet, is getting calls early in the transfer window. And I'm not going to sell him for less than what he's worth. And then you have Latu, where they're willing to give us a little bit more than what he's worth. So yeah, we're going to send him over there. I don't even know where the hell team that is. I'm gonna be honest with you. Let's look it up real quick. Let's see. Bari FC, for example. So Larby finally gets an offer, and we're gonna have to take that, man. I forgot where SP Charleroi is. I have it on my map because I have a map that explains everything. So he ended up going to Belgium, if I'm not mistaken. He's from the Netherlands, and that's a good enough club for him to go and play high-level football. And then, so Bari. Let's get back to where the hell Latu just went. I have no idea, bro. So Serie B. But back in that time, it might have been Serie A. They play in, basically, if I'm not mistaken, Italy. Let's look it up real quick because I like to know what's going on. They played in Serie A, which is what I'm assuming. And then history, foundation, between Serie A, Serie B, blah, 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 1994, 2009. Now we're sending guys back out to scout. And they were relegated after the 2010 to 2011. And June 2011. I'm looking at this team's whole freaking history. So yeah, they were Serie B. I mean, is the second level of Italy better than the USA? Maybe. Just because, I mean, you have more Italian players just are better. Let's call a spade a spade. Let's keep it a book. Like, they don't just be good at baseball when they come to America and they live in the Northeast. Like, bro, they're good at soccer. Like, I know, what team was it? I know France was good with Zidane and Henri when I was young, but Italy was good too. Italy's a team that Balotelli's on, if I'm not mistaken. Let me look that up because I hate saying stupid stuff. Balotelli, Mario. By the way, speaking of international, right? We're here at the World Cup. We got England. They're basically the big brothers. I know something I said last episode about the Galaxy. And with the way I selected this team, I'm going to be honest with you. If you played for us, like Cooper and Pierce, like there's a lot of guys on this USA team that in all reality probably wouldn't have been on it. We still have the Landon Donovans, Clint Dempsey, and Josie Altador. But like Lade might be on this team, if I'm not mistaken. Like there's a couple guys that basically, let's keep it a buck. If you play for Red Bull, you're going to play on the national team. And going forward, that's what the standard is going to be. If we find you, for example, you're definitely going to play on the national team. But some of these other guys are getting a place on the team because they're my former or regular players that I basically know what to expect. And it's only been 2 seasons, but that was one of the reasons I wanted to. There's Wayne Rooney, bro. He was so tough. But like that Italy national team with Pirlo, right? That's what I'm saying. Like I know things, but I don't know things. Buffon, like when I was younger, yeah, man, it was like that. They still are. They're just not gonna win, I don't think. But they were like that. I'm pretty sure they made it, interesting. They didn't win. They didn't make it to being. Were they a Final Four team? I'm trying to see real quick because I got that map. I don't think they were, but shoot, they were good. And you see here who they got for the English national team: Danny Welbeck coming off the bench. And I don't really know these guys. Let's just keep it a buck. I ain't gonna lie. And I've said that like 15 times this video already. But let's look at it for us. We got all the guys I already named, and then you add in McCarthy. Forgot about him. Like I said, man, if you play for me on the Red Bull, we're here in Brazil, you're going to be with us. It's just easier because remember, I just got this team. So Dempsey with the goal to start it off for us. I just got to this team. It hadn't been that long since I've been the national team coach. And that's just one of the perks I feel like of being a coach in the country that you are in charge of the club. Because you get to see all these guys too. Like I said, in the MLS. I believe Dempsey's still overseas, but you got guys like Donovan, you play him with the Galaxy, right? Like a lot of these guys play in the MLS. Look at that goal, though. He just basically ran away from them. I mean, he was off on the first, but he got his own rebound. So right now, we're leading 2-1. Then you got Josie scores. I feel like this is the greatest introduction possible for this USA team into the channel. Because we got 3 of the best players to ever play for Team USA scoring in the first matchup against the big brother England. And I remember too, I don't know what I had did, but normally I don't play listening to the game. But first of all, it's 3-3. And then a guy named Gott gets a goal. I don't know what the hell is going on. In the 67th minute, that there's freaking 6 or 7 goals already being scored. But I just think, man, everything right now is crazy. We're up 4-3. And somehow we freaking goofed. And they end up scoring in the 79th and the 88th minute to put us away. That's crazy. This Bromby dude had a great game. But either way, like I was about to say, I had turned the volume on playing the game for some reason because I don't play the game with volume. And I was hearing them say, oh man, this might be an upset. This is ridiculous. They are punching above their weight like that. That's kind of what the commentary was saying that. Because in reality, again, America's best year in the World Cup was what, 1996 or something like that? Or 1938? Something like that. Like recently, I think it was like 96, and I think that's when it was in America. And then before that, it was like 1938 or something. So I get it. Like we have a lot of work to do in terms of becoming the team. But the first thing that's being done is having Wenger scout the whole country. Josie was the man of the match for us. And shoot, 5-4 is a horrible defensive game, I would say. Horrible, but in all reality, shoot, America coming that close. We was up 4-3, and then we just goofed at the end. Is something that if it was to even happen now in real life in the actual World Cup and those kinds of things would be great. That's great progress. But like I was beginning to say, a lot of the work that we're doing is still in the infancy of it. And it starts with Wenger. Because we'll have a couple of these we need to play. I'm going to get this FIFA 13 game all the way up to present day. So we got a couple more of these World Cups that we'll be able to play. So we got 14 right now. We're going against Bulgaria. And then we got 18, 22. And obviously I'm probably not going to play 26. But so we got 3 World Cups to kind of figure it out. And so here in this first one, got the older guys, the guys that have already been a part of it, and we're letting them do their thing, letting them play. We don't have no rush to put any young guys in there. I don't think we really have any young guys yet. Like I said, everything's still brand new with me just becoming a coach, not even, shoot, what was it, July 28, 2013? So barely, not even a year ago. I remember the date because it was on the top of the screen, and I was like, man, we finally got an offer. So yeah, it's been a little minute, not even a year. I do like the way the stadium and everything looks, and I always thought growing up you had to get the World Cup game for you to be able to play the World Cup. But that's what I was saying too. When I played this game when it came out, and I stood in line and I went and got it in El Paso, Texas, bro, I didn't play it like that. I didn't play it all the way through to get to the national team as the my player career mode. I just played a little bit, man. I'm gonna be so honest with you. I never even got to it. That's what I was saying earlier. I don't know if I played as Muñez for Mexico. I don't know what the hell I did. Because I know I couldn't play for Trinidad. I think I might have even made myself. But, and that's another thing in this series where right now Colombia won, England won, so we got some work to do. The group stages, right? Isn't that what it's called? I don't know. I think I was calling it like the group table or the table. It's the group stages. That's what it is when you're at the beginning of the tournament trying to figure out who's going to make it to the knockout round. But like I said right here, we're going to keep the national team as it should be. We got Tim Howard on the bench. We got Cooper out there. That guy's a star for us. So, of course, we're going to try to get him on the national team. He had a great year for us. So, it's not much to think about. We got Clint Dempsey with a goal. That's his second so far in the tournament. And the crazy part is, you know, they had a show I was watching. It's called Kicking It on YouTube. And, excuse me, there was like a debate about who's the best national team player ever. And they had episodes with Landon on there. Clint is one of the hosts of the show. They had Josie on there. And honestly, from listening to their stories, and obviously I wasn't old enough to really grasp what was going on. And I never really cared for America, to be honest. I remember the first World Cup I watched, I was more so looking at, and Landon just scored, by the way, but I was more so looking at, which year was that, 2010? I was looking at Spain, Netherlands, Germany, and I was like, man, these teams are like legit. Like even because Boateng was on Germany. I was about to say Germany. I remember just looking like at Spain because that's when they had their run where they were like the most dominant team in America. Not America, in the world. My bad. Sometimes, you know, Americans think the world revolves around them. That's why I almost said some dumb crap. But I never really paid attention to Donovan and Dempsey and Altidore. But after listening to their stories, you start to realize Dempsey was like that. Even though he had to have those heart procedures and stuff like that, Donovan was okay. It's kind of like, you know, I want to say Donovan was like kind of the stat guy, the longevity guy, like the golden child, should have been good. And it's kind of like Dempsey made himself good, like the American dream, if that makes sense. It's kind of like Donovan was the talented one, not really challenged one. And it's like, okay, he's the guy. Like, kind of like Pulisic is right now in real life. And then Dempsey was like, nah, bro, I'm about to be that. And went and took the throne in that sense and kind of like a real Texan, bro. So Torres wins the man of the match for us. I don't even know who the hell that is. But then you have Josie, who's just like the physical freak. Like, this is what it's like if freaking Myles Garrett was to play soccer. So America is kind of crazy in that sense where you have that, where you have like the golden boy that has all the opportunities to be great. Then you got the Texan that's going to come and try to grab it by the balls. And then you got the freak of nature, black athlete, like, bro. And to have all of them playing the same position basically at the same time is also crazy. So, again, I never really paid attention to America growing up. I was more into, damn, Spain is like really good. Damn, Netherlands is really good with Van Persie and Robin. And then when we get to like 14, which we are in right now, that's when I started to move towards looking at like, all right, Spain is still good. Nothing's changed. Literally just came off of winning it in 2010. Nothing's changed. Then you got Netherlands again. Well, no, I'm tripping. Germany won, right? Germany had beaten Argentina. So I misspoke, but they had won like the Euros and all those kinds of things leading up to, very dominant. But yeah, then now you see Argentina with young Messi, Netherlands still good, Brazil with Ronaldo. Well, 2014 Brazil, was Ronaldinho still a part of that, or was that when Neymar and them started to bring in like the new era? Let me look that up, bro, because I hate saying stuff that don't make no sense. Let's see, Ronaldinho. Let's see when he played until, especially for the national team. So he played up until 20, right before. So that's crazy. So he didn't get to play for Brazil in the Brazilian World Cup. That's crazy. I wonder who was on that team. Let's see. 2014 Brazilian World Cup squad. Who the heck was on that team? They got, it says Neymar, so that dude definitely makes sense. And he been like that since. So they got Dani Alves, Thiago Silva, Marcelo, Hulk, Neymar, Julio Cesar. Okay, I remember all those people. Yeah, I definitely remember those people. Yeah, I remember them. But now we got Colombia. Is this when Jamie Rodriguez or Jaime? My bad. See how I be switching from actually knowing how to say people's names? See how I be switching, bro, from where I know how to actually say people's name to back to being American. Jamie. My man name is Jaime. I think, wasn't it the 2014 World Cup where he broke out and everybody knew like, oh, this dude is nice? I think it was. He's still playing too. He's only 33. But yeah, that's who we playing right now. That's the crazy thing though. Colombia, I don't know if it was that 30 for 30 or what, but them boys, they never really had no shine, I feel like, except for when they made that damn 30 for 30 when they had to kill that dude because he missed a goal or had the own goal or whatever. That's crazy, man, that like you only see some of these countries in like this negative light, man. They could play, just I don't feel like in real life they can beat America. They've beaten America in real life, but with me playing, yeah, it's gonna be the same shit as Bulgaria. I don't know who created these groups. And sometimes I look at it like now that they're expanding into like 64 teams, and it's always money, man. That shit is annoying. They always want to expand stuff. Oh, more games, more money, and more viewership, and more this and more that. Like, shut the hell up, bro. Leave it to where the best teams make it and call it a day. Josie Altidore having himself a game, though. He already got 2. FIFA World Cup expansion. Because Michael Bradley got himself a goal. And he was nice, but wasn't he like the coach's son or something? So I could have swore, right, growing up, it was the best 32 teams. And you got the group stages of 4, so it was like 8 different groups. So that's why I'd be, and I'm acting really slow right now, but A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H. Yeah. So you got 4 teams. Dax McCarthy got himself a goal. Let's go, bro. And we about to beat the shit out of Colombia. Because now we only scored 2 against Bulgaria. Damn, we beat the hell out of Colombia. What the hell was that? That's the shit we be doing, bro. We almost had the clean sheet. We gave up a goal on some crazy ass cross in the 90th minute. And I'm only showing it because I'm pretty sure the game ends as soon as we get this kick right here. It literally is about to end. I hate when that shit happens, bro. Like with a passion. And we do that a lot. I'm not even gonna hold you. We do that shit a lot to where like the game over and we end up giving up some dumbass goals, bro. But Josie had a good game. I think, right? He scored one in the first game against England. Now he got three. And then, what was it? Landon and Clint both got two because they scored in the first and then they scored in the last. So, it's just crazy how they all were on the same team. I don't know if they ever actually were excuse me. But having them all on the same team would be sick. And then just going back to what I was saying about the World Cup expanding, I just think it's so stupid. They expand everything. They expanded the NCAA tournament for basketball and for football. They extended the baseball playoffs for the MLB. They extended the basketball to the play-in. Like, shut the hell up, bro, with this damn participation award era. And obviously in high school, you got states that don't even have that many teams. Like, for example, and I'm just using New Mexico, that's because I live there, right? Why the hell do you have a state tournament of 16 basketball teams when you only have like 18 teams in the freaking division? Or what do you call it, in the classification? So say, for example, class 3A or 4A or whatever, you only have like 22 total teams. Why do you have a 16 team bracket for the playoffs? It's participation award shit, bro. Like, if you're not one of the top 12 and really one of the top 8, you don't need to be playing for a championship. This is not March Madness where, oh yeah, the Sweet 16 or the, I messed up saying that, but the 16 seed beats the number 1, the Cinderella. That shit is gay, bro. Like, let's just call it, and I don't mean to use that word derogatory, Clint Dempsey man of the match, but y'all know what I mean if you were born in the 1900s. That shit is dumb. Stop doing that stuff. But, I mean, I'm not in a position to change the rules of expansion for sports. I just got to either watch it or not. I just think it's dumb. Like, imagine having teams that win like 10 games in a playoff situation, or like, why? You played 30 games, you won 10. You suck. Like, come on now. Okay, of course you won 10 games because somebody has to beat the bad teams. But why are you in a playoff? In what world does that make sense? It should only at least be for teams that are above 500. And they do whole shit where, for example, you win 10 games and you make the playoffs over teams that have like 13, 14, 15 wins because of quote unquote strength of your conference or division, which is dumb. Like, it should only be wins. Wins should be the only thing that matter. And then, like, oh, well, you lost 8 of your games because, and we're here signing players, by the way, because we're in July. Here playing in the World Cup. So Barrios from, damn, what the hell country was that? Was that Spain or was that, I think it was Spain. What we see right here. Was it Brazil or Spain? Yeah, Spain. And then Murray is our first American that I feel like is crazy good. And then we got Alonso from Spain. So hopefully Murray will be on the national team by the time we come back around, because he's 17 now. So in all reality, 18's a good age, 19 to get on the national team. But back to what I was saying. Why do you have a team that has 10 wins in any type of playoff? Then we got some offers right here for Kulik. Like, Inter's a good team from Italy, but we're good. He's not ready yet. He gonna be with us for another year. We got Genoa, another Italian team, and they throwing the money at him. Like, they're giving me what he's worth. Just like I said, he's not ready yet. Now we got Angulo. He could get his ass on because he's never gonna play as a striker for us. Not the way how this team's set up. It's not gonna happen. And so right now, the guy that we're focused on getting to where he needs to get to is Sam. So Kulik is like 2 years away because it's going to be Sam and then it's going to be Lopez. So now we get France in the knockout round, which is, oh man, not a good matchup for us. Uruguay's a really good team. I forgot to mention them early. They're the only teams to beat France to this point. They beat Portugal. So right now, I'm going to be honest with you, it's not in our favor. the way how things shaped up and shipped out. Because, man, I feel like we did good enough to get to second place behind England in our group. But our reward is the French team. Like I said, I remember it more so because Zidane headbutted whoever in the chest, and it might have been against Italy or something like that. Let's Google that. Who did Zinedine Zidane headbutt? That's an easy Google, and it was Materazzi in the Germany final. What the heck? Oh, that was 2006. So I might have watched 2006 a little bit. I might have watched it. Let's see, 2006 World Cup. I would have been like 13. No, hell no, I wasn't 13. Oh no, yeah, I was. Damn, I feel old. Yeah, that was France versus Italy. I think I did watch that one. But who won it though? I feel like I'm tripping right now. Italy won. See, and that's what I was saying earlier. Is like I remember Italy being like champion. I remember them being good. It's just been a while since 2006, like 20 years basically. France was the runner up. Yeah, I remember that, bro. I feel like I did, man. I remember watching that, the headbutt in the final against Maserati, who was from Italy. Excuse me. I'm trying to see. Because I think, like I said, the first one I was super locked in on was 2010. And then Clint Dempsey with another goal. So what is that? His third. Josie had the lead with 3. And like I said, I just think it's a great introduction to Team USA, having these guys actually be successful. That was a nice ass freaking chance. That was good. We're already down 2-1 though. Now my guy Kenny Cooper gets in on the action, finally. Because we had Dax get into it last game, I believe. So now we got Kenny in there. Kenny was, like I said, the best player on our team year 1 with the Red Bull. So good to see him getting on the action. And then that's it. That's basically the game. We had 2 goals. Benzema, yeah, that boy nice. Benzema was the guy before they gave it to, what the heck is his name? Mbappe. Yeah. It was Thierry Henry and them boys, then it was Benzema, and then now it's Mbappe. And that's the crazy thing, like I was saying, that you have Donovan Dempsey and Altidore on one team. Because then, who was the bridge between them? Wasn't it Michael Bradley before Pulisic? I think that was the bridge. Shoot, Josie wasn't old, so I think he was on the 18 team that didn't make it. Actually. But, yeah. There goes our World Cup. Because once you get to this knockout stage, is it? We played 4 games. We had 2 wins. The one lost to England and now the loss to France. So we ended up 2-2 in our first World Cup. And this is our first important amount of action. Because what did I say? July? I feel like we jumped so quickly because last episode was our first match with the Team USA squad. And then this episode, we're already in the World Cup. So we kind of moved fast, I feel like. But either way, I didn't expect to win. Let's be real. It's America. I saw a video. I don't know who it was. It was probably one of the older guys that was a manager. I think he was like the assistant manager of Team USA or like the youth development club. And he was saying that too when he spoke to Clinton. Then he was like, why is it like you guys like to play your best against England? But then when you go against Bulgaria, it's like you wet the bed. Like you play up to go against like the big teams. And then even he was saying sometimes, man of the match, Clint Dempsey, sometimes y'all even get to these games like France and you're defeated already. Like, you play big against certain clubs that you shouldn't. And then other clubs, you kind of like either wet the bed or some clubs, you're like, well, shit, we're playing Brazil, it's over. And I see that. That's true. America really do have that dumbass feel to them, bro. Where they do stuff like that. Like, Obviously, if you make it to the knockout stage, you're one of the top 16 teams in the world. Like, there's no reason to be afraid of anyone. Like, go play. Now, yes, Germany is better. Yes, Spain is better, but go play. Like, I don't know how to explain it. So Murray just signed with us, and then now we have offers for Kulik again. He ain't going nowhere. He got 2 years. And I know I said I don't like to hold people, but he's one of the stars. So I'm not going to just let him go. Then we got Collado. Like, that's a great offer to go be a part of Barcelona. But they're trying to give me less than what he's worth, and he's still young. Like, he's not ready to go yet. Because, again, he's another star. So, yeah, I hold on to those. Germany ends up winning, obviously. You see it here. And they want to review my year so far because, yeah, it's been a year. Here now on the 28th of July. And obviously they want to give me contract extension, but I'm going to leverage what we just did. Get into that round of 16. I'm going to try to see if I can get a better freaking offer. Like I said, I wouldn't mind being the coach of England, bro. And there it goes, the end of another one of my videos. Thank you for watching. See you soon.